What up? This is Talking with Telly the Great. How y'all doing today? Man, I saw some stuff on it online that got me where I got to talk about this violence in America. And what they think that black people are the forefront of this violence in America, which is crazy. I was seeing this thing by what's her name, Pearlie, and she said that we all we do is commit crime. Basically, I'm paraphrasing, but she said something like that. And then everything I've been seeing on my timeline, as far as people talking about black people are the cause of violence here in America, that is very, 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 very wild to me. Given that, I think that we're forgetting the history of America, crime, violence, and everything. I believe black people had a very good teacher when it came to this violence stuff. I think we forgot about how violence was perpetuated on us. And they say you learn more from imitation than education, correct? So, we was getting beat, whooped, water hoses sprayed on us and everything else. One point in time, we had to look down when we talked to white people. And now we're too violent. They're scared. Oh my goodness, they're scared. Now, all of a sudden, we're too violent. Do we know the history of violence between how black people learn that? Um, they talk about a bunch of different things. Do y'all know what they used to use for gator bait? They used to use little black babies for gator bait, but we're too violent. They used to do that. Dress up and pull yourself up by your bootstraps. You can do it. You can do it. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Then they cut the fucking strings. I know y'all know Rosewood, Black Wall Street. I know y'all remember that. What they say, just generalization, black people commit more violence, but we don't know why they do it. None of the history has nothing to do. That's ingrained in them, as far as how they were taught how to be violent by us, I guess not by us, but by the white individuals, if they were wanting to take accountability for anything as far as the violence in America. And I was looking at some of the statistics, and then the word they like to use to justify it is the per capita. Well, it's less of you guys, and you guys do more of the crime. So per capita, you do more per capita, because our population's bigger. But even though we do more crime, raw numbers, we do more crime. But per capita, since your number's so small, you are more the perpetrator. You hear that bait and switch? That's like the electoral college. Oh yeah, you got more votes, but yeah, this electoral college gonna make sure we make it even. No, it ain't even. That's what it is. In America, y'all do more of it. Hey, y'all control y'all population and cut the violence down, then violence wouldn't be like that in America, because we talking about violence. And then it's crazy to me that every time we talk about violence and everything, we only talk about the black violence. We only talk about black on black crime, or the type of violence black people perpetuate in America. That's crazy. And we're not even the leaders. That's crazy. That's like if you was to take it in the sports world. That's like how they talking about Bronny. You know what I'm saying? He's not even the leader in nothing, but everybody keep talking about him. That's how we should feel. Like, why do y'all keep speaking about us? We don't lead in this. Why y'all ain't bringing up this other stuff? We not the leaders in violence. We in one category. That's like we lead in rebounds. That'll be like you always talking about Dennis Rodman or something, and not Michael Jordan. We're not the greatest violent person in America. We're not the greatest. We're close, but we're not the greatest. We have some competition, and we know we have some competition. We don't drop bombs. We don't do that. We don't pillage villages. We have not colonized anything in a while. The Moors haven't been around for a very long time. We haven't colonized anything in a long, long time. So when this indefinite hate that comes towards the African American community, very puzzling to me. Why does black on black crime even affect you? I don't even understand how you want to speak about that and how you even bring those numbers up. Or you bring them up to bring your definition of that we're the most violent. Or what about the white on white crime? Then we don't never talk about that to discuss how violent white people are. It's just crazy when I look through the media and everything like that, and they discuss that and they talk about crime and everything. They talk about who commits the most and who does this, that, and the third. It's very crazy. Now, if you go back and look, I wonder. I wonder, like if you can just vision and just go back in time and just think about, oh man, like I wonder if the Caucasian race went through the same thing Black people did, would they be able to pull themselves up by the bootstraps? I wonder. I wonder if we had our foot on their neck and telling them to breathe. You know what I'm saying? Redlining, using their kids as gator bait back in the day, rape, murder, pillaging, being able to go do militias, burn towns down, and then go home and eat our bland dinner. I wonder if we were able to perpetuate that same 400 years on them, would they be able to pull it up and say, just kick it to the curb? Not based on their nature and how they like to get vengeance on everything when they're wrong. I doubt that they would have the type of forgiveness that we have. But we as Black people, we always forgive them and everything like that. And like when you think about the history, let's go all the way back. So right. Scientifically proven, they say that Black people were here first. So if we were here first, that means we gave up the power somewhere. Because I can't see how we're here first and we're not in charge right now. We don't run nothing. We don't run not a man, not a nothing. You know what I'm saying? So we was in power first when history, like that's all agreed in history books. Black people were here first, the Egyptians, after civilization started in Africa. And whatever you want to say, when white people came 600, 6,000, 7,000 years ago, they came and they got to colonizing and everything like that. How did they get the power to do that? Now we can get spiritual, we can get biblical, we can get, if you believe in the Big Bang Theory, it's a bunch of different ways. But when you think about just the history of it, that's one thing we do agree on, the history, right? As far as that, it started in Africa and we were here first. How did we lose control? How did we lose control of the situation? How did it happen? How did we lose control? Think about that. So I think it's more of a prophecy and everything like that. That's why it's a real life budget put towards the destruction, not the construction of Black people, especially African Americans. I was listening to this immigrant. He was speaking about why come to a country and they hate you and this, that, because I guess he was talking about the MAGA movement and Donald Trump and how they come to our country, make money, and they get to invest in their home country and everything like that. And I got to scratching my noodle and everything and like that. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. They can come here and make money. Our government give them provisions and everything. They get to send their money back to their home country and get to build it up. Who do we get to send our money to? How do we build up anything? We build it up here, we get destroyed. Where do we get to send our money? How do we get to get our people better? How does the African American get to get their people better? All the immigrants get to come here, send their money off and get their people together. How do we here in America get our people together? We can't invest in Africa. I ain't got no stake in Africa. I ain't never been there. And he was from Somalia. He was saying how, he worked and he sent his money back there. I was like, that's cool. I ain't got no stake in Africa. Ain't none of my family out there. They all indigenous Americans. So where does the African American, where do we put our money on so we can change our people, since we're the most violent ones, since we're the mascot for violence? How do we change our community? How does that happen? Like I said, they got a budget towards our destruction more than our construction. It's a liquor store all in our neighborhoods, gun stores, everything, drugs, that's all in our neighborhoods. We over police. We make the per capita and the statistics of the murders and the violent crimes and everything like that. It's a real lot budget to slander our name. When these immigrants come over here, guess who the first race they tell them not to deal with? They tell them not to deal with anybody that's of African American descent, not the Africans, but African American, the urban, the Black people from here. Why is that? Why they hate us so tough? But then they say we the most violent, but we was taught this. Our teachers were beautiful. They had a cool curriculum. They showed us how to do it. They showed us how to whoop ass, how to take over, how to scare people, how to scare a whole race. They showed us very good what to do. And now that we're too violent, it's like, wow, it's too much. They got to calm down. It's too much. They're too bad. It's too much. We need them to stop. But like I said, no one knows the history. Like I was saying, if we were here first and then they got here, we must have told them something was too nice. And they took it over from us. If you look through the history, gave the Indians smallpox and killed off the indigenous population in America, pillaged everywhere. The Romans, they called it conquering. That was the word they used to make it sound great. It was called conquering. It was never called genocide and anything like that. They were building a revolution. They were conquering. They were expanding territory. That's what they were doing. That's the word they used. That's the word they used. But none of that, you know what I'm saying? But none of that plays a factor. So let's get back into the history lesson. So like, all right, if they learned it from the Egyptians taught the Romans this, that. So now we didn't gave up the secrets, and now we didn't gave up the secrets, and now they know how to be clean because they were laying with animals and stuff like that. They know how to civilize, they know how to build cities, they know how to write laws, they know how to do all this, they know how to be civilized. They learn how to be civilized from us and have the audacity to call us uncivilized, call us violent. They learned it from us, people. Black people, I'm gonna wake y'all up. If y'all really listen, if y'all paying attention, if y'all never picked up a book, a history book, National Geographic, the History Channel, if you stayed on MTV, come listen to me. I give it to you for free. For real. If you stayed on BET, Tyler Perry, this, that, and the third, and you don't know nothing about us and what's going, listen, I give you the game. I give it to you. Come listen. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. Believe me, it's all right. So back to the history lesson, right? So we kicked it off. We kicked it off to them. We gave them all everything they knew, and then they hit us with the trick bag and took it. And now we here. And we here, people. We here. We get talked about, ridiculed. No other race on the planet really respect us. They put a real life budget. Our women don't like us, man. We don't like our women. It's real life horrible in the Black community. From relationship wise, everything. We got a lot of fixing to do. Let's put our hands down. We're gonna cut the finger point now. You know what I'm saying? We already got hit with the trick bag. They did that centuries ago. So now what we got to do is fix ourselves and go back and get our shit. We got to do it together. We can't do it because they keep us separated. So we can't do it. We can't, like the lady said in Soulful, we point fingers. That don't put no blow. We put them together. We can make a fist. We can knock some shit out. We can get this shit done. We can make it P.O.P. Pop. It can get really, really rowdy. We can get really rowdy around here in a good, positive way. I ain't talking about pillaging and dragging them behind cars and hanging them from. I'm just talking about, hey, we ain't going for the malarkey no more. The shenanigans, man. We cutting out the shenanigans. It's not going to be no more of them shenanigans. And I know, what I'm saying, as far as our people, we don't like to listen. But look at the devastation that's happening to our community at a phenomenal rate. Look at our women. Look at the men. Look at the children. If y'all don't think they trying to destroy us, I don't know what y'all think. I hope you don't think they love us. What Mike say, they don't give a fuck about us. They don't really care about us. And we think they do. And we so scared and cowardly, we won't band together. We'd rather hate each other because it's easier to hate each other than try to understand each other, to build this stuff together, to make our culture pop. They bite off everything from us. So you already know you're number one. How we mentally think we at the bottom and treat ourselves like this. We quit to destroy each other, then let them destroy us. How the hell we gonna get to the top? We already got them trying to destroy us, and then we destroying ourselves. Black on black crime is at an all-time high. We make music glorifying killing each other. Bump it and play it. It's deeper than that. And they get paid millions. That's the house nigga, field nigga stuff. But we're the most violent, but you get paid to be the most violent towards your and everything. And then you get perpetuated in the news and everything like that. And you don't even see the puppets that you are. Women. Oh, Glorilla and the rest of these female rappers. They're speaking independence. F a man, F this, get your money. No, they're talking about selling your body and some more shit to the highest bidder. to the biggest wallet. Love's out the building, love's out the question. So guess what? You fuck around, make a baby. That's there. There ain't don't nobody care about that. It's about the bag. And then you put these individuals into the world. Yeah, we got a lot of fixing to do. Y'all think the music plays a part? That's frequencies. Again, that's more intelligent stuff. That's a little deeper. That's real deep. That's super deep. As far as knowing how the human brain works, that's some reading on your own. You may have to go pick up. I advise you do, to learn how the human brain works and how to use frequencies and 808 kicks, the beats that we love. And I used to make beats. I understand it, to get you to bob your head, and you're not even, your subconscious is just taking it in. It's a real lot, but we're the most violent. You don't think we're programmed to be this way? If you look back through history, we wouldn't program to be violent. You know the budget that's put towards us? They won't give us reparations, but they'll sure put $1 billion to fuck us up. Make you think about in real life and how we treat each other. You know what I'm saying? We have passed the hat around to bury it, motherfucker, but we won't give up $60 if a nigga needed help. But we have passed that hat around quick. Oh, such and such died. We had do fish fries and some more shit. Let such and such would have called and asked you for anything while he was breathing oxygen. Your ass, your wallet was closed, and your hands became like alligators, but he dead and gone. You can help put him away, huh? Crazy how we think in our world. Hooray to the Z. And yeah, this is just talking with Telly. You know what I'm saying? And all of this is just to open your eyes and wake it up, just to give you a different perspective, how to look at it. Yeah, the media, the entertainment, it's gonna distract you. It distracts me sometimes, it get me, but not often. I can watch the television program and see how they trying to destroy us, and point it out to whoever I'm watching it with, like, check this out, this is funny. And they're really attacking our Black women. Thanks, Tyler Perry. You're great at that. You got our Black women all fucked up. Thank you, my guy. Couldn't have did it without you. I'm glad you pay them to act very well. I'm glad you do break them off a check, but the ones that ain't getting a check from you, you got them fucked up in the head. Appreciate you, brother. Really do. Couldn't have did it without you. As soon as your plays and everything drop, couldn't have did it without you. All how you show them how to struggle, how this effort, man. Every Black man in one of your movies ain't did shit for a Black woman. Half of them treat them all fucked up. Thanks, Tyler. I wonder how much they pay you. Oh, we know you're a billionaire. They pay you well. You got about what, 50,000 shows on every network. They keep pushing your messages, fucking nigga, huh? You're gonna make sure you stay on there. I dig it. Like a shovel in the graveyard, brother. I dig it. Get your paper though. You don't know all of us anyway. Fuck it. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? But as far as the ones that care, the ones that's in the 99%, the ones that can make a change. Like, you know what I'm saying? The ones that can make a change. Like, you ever seen the movie A Bug's Life with Flick? And the goddamn grasshoppers used to come and trip with them and take their food and shit. And then one day they just said F it and got to kicking the grasshoppers' asses. That's what we got to do. We got to do. We there. We have the numbers. They take our culture. They take everything from us. They've been trying to destroy us and can't do us. We like fucking roaches. They can't kill us, my friend. They can't do it. They keep trying. They can't do it. They try to breed us out. They try to homosexual us out and make everything to get us up. They can't do it. Pay attention. Everything is directed towards us. If we stick together like glue, we'll get it. Get it, got it, good. We'll get it. But we don't know how to strategic. We don't know how to be strategic, how to strategize. We so focused on being crabs in the barrel and destroying each other and get to the top to get a little piece of something they want to try to give us. We don't know how to come collectively together and make them want to get the stuff from us. Make you think why Black folks why artists are so worried about winning Grammys and stuff like that. To have somebody else validate your music. Why you don't let the public develop? Why don't you let us vote on who the hardest? We buy it. But you just think about, and just think about the mentality, always trying to fit in and instead of trying to stand out. But I guess when we try to stand out, they already showed us what we do when we do that. They take it from us. They destroy it. Black Wall Street, Rosewood. You know, the lottery started about running numbers in Harlem. The black folks took that, made it the lottery. They took our illegal businesses and made them legal because they can change the laws. They can change the laws. Weed was illegal. How many of our people locked up for selling weed, smoking weed, having weed in their possession, having weed in their car? Now it's legal. It's making millionaires, billionaires, funding schools and some more stuff. But when we was trying to fund our families in there because we couldn't get it was wrong. You were devils. You change a few laws, make it acceptably good, let a few billionaires. It's all right now. It's all right now. We can do that now. It's all right now. My people, wake up. Stop fighting each other. We fighting the wrong individual. Somebody got to put the target on. I put it on. I say it. I don't want to fight with nobody that's the same color as me. Why? That don't help us. That don't help the community. I don't care what flag you throw. It's bigger than that. Look what they do to us in the news. It's us. We're the problem. Nah, we really ain't the problem. We was put in the problem. We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. We just trying to scale that joint. And every time we try to get to the top, they knock it down, cut our ropes. And guess what? When we fall to the bottom, we hate on each other because why? We didn't make it to the top. But not knowing why we didn't make it. Yeah, he cut your rope, bro. Why you ain't mad at him? He put grease on the mountain, my dude. It was hard for your pick to stick in that rock. It was why you tripping with me, bro? I caught you when you hit the bottom. It ain't my fault you fell. It was there. Well, like I'll help you get him. But you'd rather destroy your brother than, you know what I'm saying, than help him pull up to the top with you. It's crazy how we think. It's right to the Z. And it make you think, were we programmed like that? Because we didn't used to be like that. Could you imagine if we were acting like that on the Underground Railroad trying to get to freedom? If today niggas had to go, if time travel was as possible, if we had to go back in time and these niggas had to be on the Underground Railroad and try to get us to freedom, we'd still be slaves. Sojourner Truth, that ain't even her name. Harriet Tubman asked to be dead because somebody would have dimed her out. Oh, this is too long. I'm tired. I can't walk. Oh my God. We got to go through the water. We got to walk at night. Oh, I'm cold. Oh, I'm shivering. How we complain. Imagine if we had them same niggas back then. It was some of them like that, but not many. It was some of them like we call them the HNs, the house Negroes. But just imagine if they was because it's more house Negroes now than it is field. So just imagine if the house Negroes was in charge and because it's house Negroes right now and had to try to get us for the freedom. Oh my goodness, we wouldn't have made it. Holy smokes, we wouldn't have made it. But we sit here and let these individuals talk about us and call us violent. We do this, that, and the third. And and like one thing that my great grandmother used to tell me is like, people can say whatever they want to say, just make them into liars. That shit ain't true. That ain't true. We don't get down like that. They can say whatever they want to say, but let's make them into liars, people. Let's make them into some real live, bold-faced liars. Let's change how we get down. Let's change it. It's a thought process. Why are you so angry? Why are you mad? Are you really mad at your people or are you mad at the system? Because they say we're the most violent ones. So, we don't mind whooping each other ass. Black on black crimes for not. We don't mind doing that. Because we know we angry. So if we got that anger and that tenacity, that aggression, that charisma to do it to each other, why we can't put that same energy and change some things? Everybody say they want to change. Everybody tired. Everybody sick and tired of being tired. Everybody tired of looking up. Why we can't change it? Why? What's wrong with you? I'm doing my part. I'm talking. I get enough of y'all to follow me and subscribe and some more stuff that I can put my foot to action to be in the street and help. It's more than just trying to go viral and laugh at people's circumstances. We have a big ass problem. And we can fix it. That's the crazy thing about it. We can fix it. Why you hate such and such so bad? Think about it. If it's a valid cause, is it past the conversation? Did you assist with taking it past the conversation? As accountability runs so low in you that you think like, damn, maybe I took it past the conversation as well. Accountability runs low in our community, male and female. That's why we got the term YNs, because these youngsters don't have accountability about what they do and what they say. Only thing they can do is shoot and kill. Can't fight no more. Don't know what happened to that. I guess y'all don't slap box no more, huh? That wearing them tight jeans and sagging them and shit is hard to move, even to practice slap box. Because me and my cousins, that's one thing they used to do to my little ass, slap me up. Come here, yak. I'm gonna slap your ass the fuck up. Come here, yak. You know what I'm saying? And all my male cousins, I'm happen to be one of the smallest. Come here, yak. We used to, and what we was doing, just like the lion cubs, we testing each other out. Because why? This is who we kick it with. Got to make sure when we get, if an altercation happen, if some competition wants to see if we got nuts, got to make sure that we can all do it. Because while we want to go home, and we know they got families, they want to go home too. So it's just gonna be a quick little scrum, a quick little scuffle. We're gonna see who the toughest tonight. We really ain't trying to knock shit off, because we practice this shit at home. And then if somebody get dusted off, shit, we gonna talk about you bad at home. Yeah, nigga, he whoops you out, but we gonna get you right. We gonna get you right. We used to be a closer people. We so far and we so is burnt out and turned out. But yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that narrative they trying to push. You know what I'm saying? And it's look like me that's pushing it, saying we the most violent and act like they don't know the history. It's a lot of them dark immigrants. I'ma just say what it is. It ain't the people that was born and bred here. It's the ones that got a whole new education. They learn something different. They don't, you know what I'm saying? But guess what? They get our perks without our pain. They get to ride on that civil rights movement and everything like that, and didn't have to worry about the bloodshed. They get to come over here on their nice boats and everything like that, and they get all that perks from our country, but they didn't get none of our pain. And then have the audacity to talk about us. They got our perks, but then have the audacity to sit and talk about us. And then when something happened to them, why the black folks don't step up? I remember when I was hearing that. Why the black folks don't step up? You already get our perks without our pay, but now we got to step up and fight too. Like when they with the deport, they're going to start deporting you too. Where are they going to send African American black to jail? They got privately owned prisons to jail. They already said we already populate that. You think we scared of that? Maybe we can get in there and organize since we ain't had nothing else to do. You think we scared of that? They can't. We don't have no country to send our money to. We don't have none of that. Well, so if they wanted to round us up, where they gonna send us? Can't send us to Africa. The Africans don't like us. What they gonna send African Americans? Think about it. Trying to run that game. Where they gonna send us? The only place they can to jail. We still in America. Y'all governments ain't letting none of us come up in there. Where we gonna go? Cut it out. But y'all get our perks without our pain. I was in our country when that stuff was happening in the 50s, in the 60s, in the 70s. Y'all was here. Y'all was getting up with y'all green cards. In my history documentation, when I see them black and white videos, I don't really see too many other people, but people like me, I don't never see no Wans. I never see no Asians. I never see nobody else out there getting wet with no water hoses. I never see no African Somali. It's only African Americans, the indigenous ones that was already here for the other 350 years of getting the slavery done to them. But everybody else get the perks. They get mad when we talk about reparations, but can give money to everybody else. Why do y'all get mad about that? How do people that never put a stake in this country get mad when we talk about reparations? That's crazy. Yeah, but guess what? We the most violent people in America, though. We the most. They give us that, though, but they won't take credit for that, though. They take the rest of our credit. They won't take that they were our teachers. That's crazy. They take everything else, but won't take credit for that. Damn. Why you won't take credit for that? Huh? Y'all take credit for everything else a brother do, from all our inventions and everything like that, but y'all won't take credit. Y'all taught us how to be the most violent people in America. Y'all was breaking in our houses. Hey, maybe y'all was killing kids, 14-year-old. Remember, y'all was doing all this in our history and having barbecues, got pictures and photographs and postcards. But we the most violent people in America. Can we just say that we had bomb teachers? Can we say that? Oh, we can't say that. Why? We did. We had some of the bombest teachers in the world. For real, y'all taught us how to really, really get down in Maine. Ooh, beautiful. Here in America. Now we can go, like I said, we can go prehistoric, because we're gonna go there. You know what I'm saying? Because I started and I took it there. We can be like, oh, well, if you taught us how to do this, and then we would just use the same vibes that we were taught by you guys, and this, that, nah, not really. Because it was a lot of peace going on. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't die. People wouldn't die like that in the history. People wouldn't get taken over and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It was the ones that didn't. It was the ones that wasn't gifted with the land that wanted to come over and take it. Check the history books. And like I said, if I said anything wrong, like I said, I'm a cold debater. I'm willing to do whatever anybody, because I know I said a few people names. You know what I'm saying? If it get out, go viral, they'll probably be in my inbox. But guess what? I give 2 tiers in a bucket. Because guess what? I read books too. Yeah. I read them jokers too. I read stats and some more stuff too. I look at the same stuff y'all look at. And guess what? I use my eyeballs and my peepers in this world as well. And I can tell you, we have some bomb teachers, some real live bomb teachers. And when it comes to this violence in America, do I wish it to stop? Yes. Crime in general. I do. I don't care. I was just pointing everything out because the prejudice goes just towards my community when it comes to that. Now, do we do a lot of violent things? Yes. We're deprived of a lot of economic things that can get us to the point to where we don't have to commit murder and robbery. To me, that's a financial crime that's trying to come up. We're not doing blue collar crimes as far as stock trade and everything. While majority of us don't know it. So when we talk about generalizations and stuff like that, we got to really keep it in a real open lens and know what we're talking about. So that crime, that murder, robbery, that's more of a financial crime trying to come up. And yeah, doing it off your own person, doing it off your own people, I never condone that. That's absolutely wrong. Any person, not just your own people, any person. Murder and robbery, that's never good. But the economic stress and stance that most African American males are in, because that's who's mostly doing it. Some females do it, but mostly African American males, with the pressure of trying to provide and the social stigmatism of that we don't provide with this, that, and the third, and can't get a job, can't get a career, no education. Shit started off in the back of the line because why? His daddy went through the same thing. His daddy went through the same thing. Then single mother homes with a woman that's stressed out, that doesn't really know how to really control a man's emotions and how he think and everything. In the game, you're putting a bunch of live ticking time bombs. And to say it wasn't set up, but y'all community's not like that. Interesting. Yeah. And when you look at the history as far as the redlining, unable to get proper employment, shutting down factories, moving the industrial age, sending it overseas, and then the epidemic, like dropping all that stuff in the ghetto. Where'd it come from? And then put a war on drugs to lock up the drug dealers and the addicts. Interesting. But it's not a war on my people. And guess what? We the most violent. At least we got some title. We the most violent. I want to talk about our peacefulness, our ingenuity. Hell, we helped develop damn near half the modern world. But That's never looked at. Can't get a thank you. Stairs. Not everyone, not every race, but I know in America, from every race, when they come up in here, they're told to watch out for black people. Like, watch out. Watch out. All right. That's cool. Watch out for us. But as far as when it comes to that crime, you know, statistically speaking, not per capita, but statistically speaking, it's the middle-aged white man that commits the most crime when it comes to if you take off murder and robbery, there's still a plethora of others that are felonies that hurt society. So sexual assault, rape, larceny, theft, extortion, shit like that. They're the leaders in that, like ESPN, the worldwide leader. They like that. Something like that. But we only gonna highlight the two that makes someone else looks bad. We're not going to talk about crime in general. We're not going to talk about the statistics in general. If we're looking at crime, or we're just looking to destroy one group of people. Just asking, just throwing the question out there, making your cerebellum swirl around and think, because we're not talking about crime in general. We always talk about the percentage and the per capita of what a specific group does. I'm just saying, if we were, when does anyone know that? Like that one, we ain't talk about that, and then we can go the per capita. Well, it's more of them in there. We're 63% of the population, but if you were a better people, hell, fuck it, the number should be lower. You're better people. I don't care, goddamn, how many of y'all is. You're the better people. It shouldn't be that high anyway, right? You're not violent at all. You don't know anything. You don't do. You're not when you're doing the compare and contrast to the black people in America. You're not violent at all. It's dangerous going to certain places where black people are saturated at. It's dangerous going there for your pigmentation. But we have some bomb teachers. We learn how to scare very well. Just like we don't. What's a sundown town? I wonder what that is. I wonder what that is. What they call them? What's the sundown town? What you mean? I gotta leave when the sun go down. I gotta leave when the sun go down. Oh, I can't sleep over here in the motel. My money don't stand over here like a wheel. Oh, we still got sundown towns. Damn. And I be hanging up a tree like a Christmas ornament. Oh, okay. I need to get up out of here then, huh? I need to roll out. Because guess what? Black people still the most violent person in America. We still got that title. The KKK is a terrorist organization. The Black Panthers a terrorist organization. They need to be dismantled. You did that. KKKs and skinheads is not a terrorist organization. That's just white people. That's just white boys getting together, hanging out, and kicking it. They don't do any terror in the community. They do none of that. No need to disband them. No need. And what I'm doing is just pointing out the double standard and hypocrisy that goes on in America all the time. And the mascot for violence is always going to be the African American, especially the young black male. So what I was just saying earlier in my soliloquy, if you were listening, let's make their asses into some motherfucking liars. That's it. I know it seems difficult because of the current situations. But we already see what they do, how they feel when we band together. They come and try to destroy it. This time, let's not let them destroy it. Listen. For real, listen. Pay attention. Calm down, relax, take a deep breath. They're trying to get you to crash out. Ain't that the word y'all say? Crash out. They're trying to get you youngsters to crash out so they have a reason to smoke you, aka the police. Stand your ground, law. Look what I'm saying. They changed the laws. Pay attention to everything I say. They have changed the laws on you. But then say they have it's not their fault to why we effed up. They'll change the law on you like Bugs Bunny and rewriting a book on Elmer Fudd on his ass. The trick bag for real. The trick bag. Now I hope my people really just pay attention and open their eyes and really just see. And if we come together, like she said in Soul Food, like she said, if we point fingers, we can't do nothing. When we put them fingers together and make a fist, we can put a mighty blow. Don't y'all want to be a fist? Come on now. I want y'all to be a fist. Let's be a fist. We can make this pop. And let's turn them into some liars. And and I hope anybody that gets to watch it in its entirety, I hope I was able to open your eyes and let you see, we are a strong people. They've been trying to exterminate us and can't. Don't assist the process. It's okay. Dare to be different. It's okay to walk in forgiveness. It's crazy. I know a lot of gang members and people people believe in God. It's crazy. The percentage like that per capita right there. 99 point something other percentage of the world, Craig, the world believes in some supreme deity. You believe in some supreme deity. You believe it. Like, do you believe it? Like, you ask person, you believe in God? 9 times out of 10, most people like, yeah, I believe in God. You just go in and walk through the jail and knock on and go through every cell. Do you believe in God? Most of them will say, yeah. Do you think he watches? Do you think you can move like God? Do you only want to be forgiven when you do something bad? Other than that, because when you're in the devil's playground. So you only call on God when you're in distress. You ain't gonna live by the word. You ain't gonna try to be like Jesus. Because let me let you know how Jesus was for the individuals that don't know. He was bum and broke. He was bum and broke. He was a vagabond. Look it up. The disciples took care of him in the houses. Their wives cooked for Jesus, the Messiah. He didn't have nowhere to go. So what you chasing all this material, flashy stuff and everything like that, that's cool. Your content of your character. Don't believe me? Read the Bible. You believe in him anyway. Don't believe in me. You believe in God. You believe in it. Go read it for yourself. You ain't got to listen to me at all. I just know based on what I read in there, and I pay attention to my community out here, and which falls out your mouth, I know for sure half of y'all ain't read it. Half of y'all ain't read it on your own. Now go to church on Easter, Christmas, or whatever pagan holiday you decide to fall up in there. I mean, just read it and studied it for yourself, and then really took a real observational look at the world and what's going on. Not pray for God. Oh, I need some help. I need some money. No, really take a look at what can you do to help change it. Am I perpetuating this or am I trying to stop it? I say I believe in God. I say this. I believe there's a heaven. I don't know if y'all even believe in there's a heaven or a hell. You live like you're going. You live like you want to go to hell. So I can't, like, when I go to funerals and everything, people, oh, this person, this, that. I'm like, damn, I know he ain't live like he was supposed to go to heaven. Just keeping it a buck. We have a real hard time keeping things a buck. But guess what we got, though? Guess what title we got, though, people? Guess what we got? We the most violent people in America. Yeah. And we need to change that title. Really do. And I really like want to see my people change. Like, from the men, the women, because we're lost. We're like in a maze in the dark. It's bad enough we in the maze. Shit, we in that motherfucker then, plus we in the dark. And then trying to get out the maze and trying to get to the light. And need each other to help navigate. Because you didn't see parts of the maze I ain't seen. I done seen parts you ain't seen. We put our information together, we can get a map to get about this motherfucker. Follow me now. Be my shadow and follow me. And this has been very, very exhilarating to help try to motivate and change my people, and it feel like I'm talking to y'all because I'm looking dead in the camera, and I'm passionate about what I'm saying and everything like that. And as far as changing, it start with one person. It can start with you. Think about something that's ailing you with another individual. And if you can fix it to make it better, why don't you? What's wrong with that? Why don't you? Because guess what? We all sinners. We all fall to God and ask him to forgive us. Imagine if he acted like you. You know for sure you're going to hell, right? You know for sure you're going to hell, right? If Jesus, God, acts like you and feel like you, with everyone when something happens to him, when we betray and do stuff and travesties to him, imagine what's going to happen if you can't forgive, but you ask for it. You're a hypocrite. Again, that lets me know none of y'all read the word. So you're a hypocrite. You want him to forgive you, but you can't. But then you don't want to feel any damnation because you feel that you're a good person in your heart, but you've never forgiven anyone that's done anything bad to you. But you've done bad in the world and prayed to God and asked for forgiveness when you did things. And this is the arrogance that you walk on. But guess what? We got a cool title though. We're the most violent people in America. I know that's right. I know that's right. I know that's right. But let's try to change that title. And if you had the privilege to get all the way to the end and get to this and hear this, I appreciate it. Like, share, follow, and let's get this word out and get this message. Let's just try to change. Let's try to change the world, and I'm trying to change my community. You know what I'm saying? I know I made it personal to the Black community, but with everything I said, I know it goes for the world as far as violence and crime and changing it. Even though they make us the mascot for violence in America, but we can make them into some liars. Every last one of us. We can just really be like, nah, man, I'm cool on that. Cool on acting stupid. I'm cool on it. I'm cool on it. Always trying to turn up and see and have what they call it, the dick measuring contest. Always tripping out and having want to have one of those. You can always be like, you know what, you got it, brother. I ain't even tripping. Because the society, oh, nigga, you let that nigga punk you. Everybody's scared, afraid of walking away. Everyone's afraid of walking away. Everyone. So we made it uncool with ourselves to save our own lives. Again, my great grandmother was one of the wisest women I know. She used to tell me, a good retreat is better than a bad stand. I'm gonna say it one more time. A good retreat is always better than a bad stand. A lot of you individuals need to learn how to retreat. And a lot of you individuals need to stop getting so aggressive and so hostile. Because when you boil it down, we ain't doing nothing but hurting us. Like we always do. Hurt us. That's it. I do appreciate the ones that popped in the live and listened to me for a little bit. If you want to hear some real game and everything like that, check out the whole live. It's entertaining. I said some real jewels and gave out some real game. And thank you for talking. Thank you for tripping. Yeah, I mean, but I appreciate y'all. Whoever did tap in, we're gonna get this thing big. Because you know what I'm saying, right now it's only 1 or 2 people that pop in for the whole time. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be where it's gonna be thousands of people sitting here watching me because I ain't gonna stop. What I'm saying is a real live message, and I do really care, and I am passionate about it. So like, share, comment, hit me in the DM. I'll chop it up with you. We can have a conversation. We can really talk about some things. We can pull up some clips. We can talk about that. We can have anything you want to talk about. But you're talking with Telly the Great. And it's been my pleasure enlightening y'all on a few things, what's going on in America. You have a wonderful night. Peace.